to thank everyone for being here today. I'm City Councilwoman Rosie Mendez, and I am here to support my state Senator Martin Connor, but I'm also joined by many of my colleagues in the City Council who stretches in his district from Manhattan to Brooklyn and nearby, who all worked with Marty during the years and believe that he is the best choice to remain in this Senate seat and that we need to re-elect Marty Connor. And with no further delay, I will bring up the Speaker of the City Council, Quinn.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosie, and I'm happy to be here with Rosie and Lou Fidler and Bill Blasio from Brooklyn, and with two representatives from each of the two boroughs you represent, which is a good showing. And you know, I'm here today to unequivocally support Marty in his effort to get re-elected to the state Senate. Marty is somebody who I've worked with for a long time in Manhattan. He's somebody who stood with us on numerous neighborhood battles every time we needed him to come out and support us in efforts to preserve neighborhood integrity, to keep our neighborhoods low-rise, to preserve the rent-protected nature of our neighborhoods. Marty's been there with us. Also, year after year after year, and years when it was a lot harder than it is today to stand with the LGBT community, Marty Connor always stood with the LGBT community. I mean, it is never easy to be on the correct side of civil rights, but when you're leading and one of the early supporters of civil rights, it's often harder because there's fewer folks standing with you. And when there weren't a lot of people standing with us, Marty Connor was one of the people standing with us, and for that I will always be very grateful, and I'm very proud to support you in your efforts to get re-elected to the state Senate so you can continue to be a voice for our neighborhoods, for progressive values, for LGBT rights, for a woman's right to choose, and all of those issues we hold dear up there and all. So thank you.
I want to say that Marty has stood up for something we desperately need in our community, which is Brooklyn Bridge Park. And I think there are some people who in the community who have I think probably for good reasons in their own heart opposed the park, but I think they're misunderstanding what an important impact the park would have on our community. Marty long ago understood we needed it, fought for it, good times and bad. And it's crucial for our community that that be seen through to fruition again, because that is such an issue that we rely on Albany for. I want a steady hand at the wheel to make sure that comes across. And I'd like to see Marty Connor, his experience, his progressive values, I'd like to see that in a Democratic majority in the state Senate. Thank you.
Frankly, this is an endorsement not about politics, it's an endorsement about government. It's about good government. It's about keeping people in government who have earned the right to be there because they've done the job year after year, and I am very proud to stand here with my colleagues and endorse Marty Connor's re-election.
I worked with him shoulder to shoulder to preserve Section 8-based housing in our district. I worked with him shoulder to shoulder to save St. Bridget's Church, and I worked with him now as a city council member, and he in the state Senate to try to save public housing, bring more money to save public housing from the fiscal crisis it's in. Every step of the way for the past 20 years, I've been able to rely on Marty Connor, his experience, his leadership, and I am proud to be his council person in a small part of his district.
It really means a lot to me that the elected officials that I've worked closely with to serve the people of my district in Brooklyn, Lower Manhattan, the Lower East Side, are supportive of me. They are the people who I've worked with. They know what I've done. I do want to mention I've also been endorsed by Councilmember Endorse, with whom I share a large portion of Lower Manhattan. He had a hearing today and was unable to join us. I've also been endorsed by two other council members who mean a lot to me and to my constituents, but who for scheduling reasons couldn't be here, and that's Councilmember John Liu and also Councilmember Robert Jackson, who's been such a great leader in the cause that we all joined in to get fair funding for education in New York City. So thank you very much. These colleagues in government have all pledged to be campaigning. We'll be out there in these closing weeks of the campaign, and we're going to campaign on the progressive values that we all share. Thank you.